Yo, peace fam, it's your man Ocean to Gold. We back at it. The freedom fight continue. I very much appreciate your time for being here. Go ahead and like, subscribe, share my videos. As soon as you get here, man, I very much appreciate it. Very much appreciate your time. Now, today I want to get into a topic that, God been gave me the topic. Whoever God is to you, it might be somebody different to me, but God been gave me the topic. Pillars and upholders of the dominant society. Now, first we're gonna get into the definition of these words. Now, I got a definition right here for pillar. It says a firm, upright support of a superstructure post entry. Superstructure, and we using the superstructure that we talking about is white supremacy. So let's go ahead and be clear. If that word hurt your feelings, you might want to leave now, because that's what this video is about. Pillars and upholders of white supremacy. Okay, so it says firm, upright support for a superstructure, and it says usually an ornamental column or a shaft, especially one standing alone for a monument, a supporting integral or upstanding member or part of a pillar society. So basically, the pillars of white supremacy are you got people like this lady right here. I'm not, this is Candace Owens. I'm not going to go through a whole list of these motherfuckers but I am going to give you maybe one or two more. Like, Roland Martin is a pillar of the dominant society. And who else could I just think of right out of the top of my head? Somebody that just says dumb shit. And, what's this nigga? Elijah Cummings. He just died or whatever, but this nigga was a pillar, because these are people who were, in order to get their trinkets from the white supremacy, from the dominant society, these are people who they used as tokens, basically. Tokens to tell you that white supremacy is not a real thing, and it's not a problem in black society, and black people need to tighten up their bootstraps, and they lazy and all of this shit. These are people like that just, they get all their butter biscuits. Okay? They get all of their butter biscuits from the dominant society. So it's only they feel, they think. It's a mind fuck that white supremacy did on them. But they think that they best shot in having a leg to stand on in this world is being a pillar to that shit. Okay? So they will definitely sell you anything, tell you anything, send your ass up the river, up under the bus, as long as it take a little bit of heat off of their ass. So these are not honorable people. These pillars of the dominant society, these are definitely not people that you want to be following and looking for a voice to speak on your behalf, because they only speaking on the behalf of what can get them further in their career. These are company people. It's nothing wrong with being a company man if your company is worth standing for. But if your company is full of shit, and you know what I'm saying, you just go out and do your job to the best of your ability with selling people just bullshit, eventually you got to be held accountable for that, because you knew you were working for a bullshit company. So it's a crazy thing, man, that people can even. I couldn't look in the mirror if I was a pillar of this motherfucking bullshit ass white supremacy system that they got set up, that's been fucking my people around for 400, 500 years. It's no way that I can come out and stand up strong and be a pillar of that society. But I'm not going to say I don't understand. I understand, I just don't agree with it, and I wouldn't do it. Now, to move right along, I want to define this next word, man. This next word is a upholder. These are also people that in the dominant society. It says an upholder is someone who upholds or maintains, firm upholders of tradition. They are sustainers of the idea of democracy. So that was a great definition in the way that I wanted to use it. So that's the one that I picked to use. But it's basically saying I definitely got a picture of an upholder of the society too, by the way. Let me get to that. I have this now. This picture is an upholder and a pillar, but the upholder of the society, the dominant society, is Joe Biden. Joe Biden been, whoo. I really don't got a lot of care in the world for Joe Biden, but Joe Biden been an upholder of this society back in the 70s when he was ever been a congressman. He been racist. He known for saying racist shit, and you know what I'm saying. He had Joe Biden is so much an upholder of this society. Thank you, big guy, for bringing this thought to my mind right now, cause you know I never write this shit, but thank you. I only just come straight from the heart, but thank you, big guy. But Joe Biden, even in the 70s, he said that I'm not responsible for anything that my forefathers or my grandfathers did, so we not paying reparations. And you know that was in the 70s. Then he also played a vital part in upholding this society, the dominant society, in the 90s with the 1994 crime bill that he authored, penned, to totally just eradicate the freedom of brothers who look like me and act like me for any smaller thing. You know, you had niggas getting 10 years for one rock. Now, you know, I understand crimes is crimes, but these motherfuckers is the biggest dope. Where the fuck we getting the dope from? Even though I'm not a dope boy, so you could raid me or whatever. I'm not, but I'm just saying these are my brothers who I'm speaking up for, or who I'm saying this man Joe Biden, you know, when he was penning that detrimental law that he was penning, these are people that he had in mind that he was gonna rid, if not the whole earth, at least the streets, so that the people that are supposed to have these privileges, and we all know who get these privileges, but he wanted to make sure that they path is as clear as fuck, that they got nothing to stumble across, especially, you know, no type of competition that come from somebody that wasn't born with these same privileges. So that's eliminate most of the competition. So that's just two examples. This is just the examples that I chose to give you right now so that we can see the people that we dealing with. Now, this is for you to stretch this concept out and use it at your, you know what I'm saying, use it at your own will to understand who these people are when you run across them every day in life, or when the white media presents somebody for you to look at and telling you that it's a black voice. Just know that these type of people are the people who the media is going to suggest to you. Pillars and upholders. These are the people that they're going to put in front of you, because the media plays a vital part themselves in upholding white supremacy. That's the only reason the media is, the biggest job of the media is to push the propaganda of white supremacy. The media, the white media, is not here to inform you or anything truthful. If they let the truth slip out sometimes, then, well, that's something that they did. But they mostly here to mislead you and prop up people that's not worth your time and not worth you following. And they gonna tell you that this person's speaking your best interest. And, you know, they got all the white media got all the financial backing behind them. So they platform is so much bigger. So when they present it to you, and you beat over your head with it to a point where this repetitive shit that they talking, it might actually start to sound decent to you. But no, they believe if they got that camera and that mic in front of them and they not challenging everything that they say. I'm talking about white supremacy. If they got a black person or somebody supposedly speaking in your interest, if white supremacy is not challenging everything that they say, then you got to know that white supremacy put them up there and presented it to you. Because we know all of these news networks, bro. CNN, Fox News, NBC. None of these people are here to promote the interests of the black man and the black woman, okay? And when you dealing with these pillars and upholders of white supremacy, you got to challenge them. Anytime you get a chance to, you got to call them on their bullshit immediately, and don't give them a chance to throw that bullshit out into the atmosphere, and you know what I'm saying, let it be a word. That shit do not get to be word for anybody from this point forward. The bullshit that they kicking, because it's only here to be detrimental to us. It's not here to benefit us at all. So we got to understand what's going on. So it's people like Candace Owens, people like Barack Obama. You know, I'm not gonna lie, when Barack got in the office, I probably was kind of green to a lot of shit, even though I was a grown man, but my eyes are still opening and I'm evolving every day. So I was happy. Like, finally we got a brother in there. He couldn't possibly do worse than a white president. But what the fuck do you know? He did worse than any other white president damn near. When it comes to black people, he shitted on black people at every turn he got. He shitted on us. Anytime he addressing black men like myself, he want to preach to you and tell you you're not much of a father. And he want to, what else? The Blue Lives Matter law, he put that into effect, knowing damn well that people who almost look like him getting killed every day by the fucking police. So this is what he built his whole career out for, being a pillar of the motherfucking dominant society. So that's why my respect for him is, you understand? My respect for her, nothing. You know, these are not people that I'm looking for to embracing they thoughts and embracing their strategies as far as dealing with the status of the black man today. These are not people that I'm willing to even consider a friend of mine. I consider these people enemies of me. If you can't come out and honestly say that white supremacy has had an effect on the black man and the black family up into 2019, and it's still going forward, and it's go back 500 years. If you can't admit that, and if you can't admit that the only way to close the wealth gap between white America, who got 90% of the wealth, and black America, who got 2%. You counted that shit. 2% of the wealth. If you can't tell me that reparations are due to close that gap, then you are enemy to me. Understand it. You don't mean me any good. And only if you're a friend of me, I mean good for you. But if you don't mean, you know what I'm saying, if you don't represent anything that's in the best interest of me, then we got no type of transaction, no type of verbal transaction, no type of physical transaction. No, we have nothing for each other. You stand over there with the rest of the white supremacists, and I'm gonna stand over here with the voices of the black media, and we're gonna fight for what's right. We're gonna fight for what we believe in. So that's what I come on here to do every day, man. It's just this is where we at with it, man. You know, I want the future to be brighter for my people. If I might not be here to embrace it and enjoy it, or I might come back brand new again and get a chance to live it up. So I want the future to be brighter for my people, man. So that's why, you know, this is just to people who come in here to build and learn with me. This is just some strategies that, or a theory that we can put in place so we can start to having a category to put some of these people in. Even though we got all different names for them, bootlickers, coons, all this shit. But this is just I want you to correlate this shit when you start to hear some of these people speak. When you're looking at the Democrat debate or whatever, you can say, Is this motherfucker actually, is he a pillar or upholder, which is easy to tell? Like Kamala Harris, what you think, she a pillar or upholder of the dominant society? If you smart like I know you are, then you know she's a fucking pillar because you weren't born over there. But anyway, man, this is it's quite a simple theory, and if you made it this far, I very much appreciate your time for building with me today, man. This is something that I enjoy doing, speaking to my people. I enjoy the feedback when I get it. So let me know how you feel about, you know what I'm saying, what I'm saying about these pillars and upholders of the dominant society. Let me know. Give me a, if you feel inclined to reference a couple pillars and upholders of the white society in my comments, so you can help me to recognize some of these motherfuckers too, man. We building off each other. All right. So I appreciate your time if you made it this far. I love you if you made it this far. It's your boy Ocean and Ghost. I'm gonna always tell the truth every time you come in here, so you know it is what it is. I'm out, fam.